ITRBoxing. You heard it here first. Pretty cool videos. And I heard they're also in HD. ITRBoxing.com.
I got this saying that I'm the king of New York. You know, not taking nothing away from no fighters from New York, you know, but I just say I'm the king of New York because just, you know, I'm just, man, when I fight, you know, I bring the city out, you know, and, you know, I bring the artists, I bring all these celebrities out, so, you know, it's a good thing, man. The reason why I got into boxing was because of my dad. My dad put me in at the age of 7 years old. You know, I wasn't a normal kid, you know, growing up. I was always hyper, always running around and getting into trouble in school and stuff. And my mom needed something and my dad needed something for me to be occupied with, you know. And one day my dad was driving by a gym and he wound up walking inside and he seen his homeboy was training a whole bunch of kids. And you know, his friend was like, "Hey man, you got a son?" He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Hey man, I'm training a whole bunch of kids here, man. You know, I want you to bring your son so I could, you know, so he could train and see if he likes it." So my dad was like, "Yeah, it'll be perfect for him, you know." So one day my dad just brought me to the gym, man, and I fell in love with it. The funny story is that me growing up, I was going to the gym 3 times a week. They seen that I was a natural. They seen that I was already beating up the kids in the gym, and they wanted to put me into a tournament. So, you know, I went to the tournament and I won probably 10 fights straight. I was undefeated. But going back to your question that you asked, you know, when I had to start going to the gym every day, man, you know, I didn't like it. You know, I was always mad, I was crying and stuff because I was a kid, you know what I mean? Summertime comes, I wanted to be in the street, I wanted to hang out with the kids and stuff, you know, be at the pump, get ice cream, and I couldn't do none of that. But going back to what you said, you know, growing up, to the age of 12, I didn't really like boxing. You know, I was just doing it just to do it. And then when I hit about 14, 15 years old, when I went to the Junior Olympic Nationals and everything, and I got ranked in the country, and I was ranked number 1, number 2 for 4 or 5 years straight. That's when I already knew. I was like, damn, you know, this is a career now. You know, this is not. I could take this shit serious and actually do something with myself. Something to keep me occupied. I didn't think I would make it this far. You know, I thought that, you know, hey, I'm just going to the gym every day, I'm training and I'm going to tournaments, whatever, but it wasn't a big thing for me, you know, until when I started getting ranked in the country and I started noticing all the achievements that I was doing, and then my dad speaking to me, and then I'm seeing professionals now becoming world champ and making all this money. So I was like, damn, this could be me one day, you know. Having guys like Fat Joe, you know, he's like uncle to me, you know, all the guys in the Terror Squad, you know, they behind me 100%. You know, I got another guy named Pegas that I'm working with now, also one of my uncles, you know, that he took me under the wing, man, and you know, it's a blessing, man, you know, to be where I'm at and to have that support system so early, because like you said, you know, there's a lot of fighters that gotta become multiple-time world champs to get that support, you know, and I'm getting it now, 12-0, 11-0, I'm getting it now, and you know, I'm just blessed, man, you know, and just me being Puerto Rican, man, from New York, you know, is also a big thing because, you know, I'm from New York, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm 6'2", I fight at 160, 168, you know, and they never had somebody like me that's big and actually can fight and can punch. And you know, right now, obviously I'm making history right now, you know, for my people. You know, I'm 12-0 with 12 knockouts all in the first round, you know, and they just did the stats and everything. I passed Vladimir Klitschko, I passed Marvin Hagler. As far as getting first round knockouts, you know, I believe Mike Tyson only had 9 first round knockouts, and I'm up to 12 already, so that's like they pushing that heavy right now, and Puerto Rico's going crazy over it. You know, Timothy Bradley said that. That's why Timothy Bradley and Andre Ward fell in love with me, because of the simple fact that, yeah, I'm knocking everybody out in the first round, but I'm not doing it coming out looking for the shot or coming trying to brawl and bang the guys up and take advantage or anything, you know what I mean? I'm doing it with ease and poise, you know, using my jab, using my foot movement, you know, and just being smart. I'm not gonna take it light on anybody. I'm not gonna carry nobody, because just for the simple fact that anything can happen in boxing, you know, I carry somebody to the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round, and the dude throws a shot and hits me with a lucky shot, either knocks me out or hurts me, and the fight turns around, you know, then there's a problem, you know. So with that being said, man, you know, The time will come. You know, I'm 100% sure the time will come, and I'm looking forward to it. Oh, my dad, man, it's like my brother, man. It's my dad, you know, but also my brother. He's like my right-hand man. You know, he's the one that provided me with everything throughout my whole career. You know, my dad does everything for me. He's my manager. You know, and I mean, he's the biggest support system for me. You know, is my dad. You know, and then obviously my mother as well. But my dad he was the one that brought me into the sport, and you know, he's just been behind me 100% ever since. The experience here was amazing. You know, it was my first time here. Not in California, but obviously here in San Francisco and at the Snack Gym, you know, and I just want to thank my coach, Andre, who was here, you know, for bringing me out here and putting me under his wing, you know, and getting the most experience that I can, sparring with Sergey, you know, who was getting ready for Triple G, and then, you know, sparring with other European fighters that came from Ukraine and from Kazakhstan and from Russia, you know, so I'm just getting those experience as much as possible. And also I want to thank Mike Basil as well, for the Snack, you know, for everything there, man. You know, Snack is amazing, man. 5 years from now, I should be a multiple-time division world champ. I should already have millions in the bank, man, and you know, my mother definitely should be retired. My dad should be retired, you know, and man, this world champ.